Hello and welcome. I am the Traveler, and you are watching Real RV, where you can get an inside scoop of the good, the bad, and the ugly of RV living. Hello and welcome to Real RV. I am your host, the Traveler. Um, this is going to be my intro video for the my series that I'm doing. The good, the bad, the ugly of RV living. I'm currently sitting in my garage. Oh, hold on. Disclaimer. I swear like a truck driver, and I try not to be offensive. User discretion advised. Viewers discretion advised. Now that that's out of the way, I am taking a break. So, there's a bit of a story that goes with that RV. I don't know if you can see it from there, but I got an RV from Facebook Marketplace, and then it just went out. Whatever. I think I got like I do. Last one. I was trying not to, but anyways, I was gonna go for the pipe because it makes storytelling a little bit more interesting and nostalgic. But anyways, so I got an RV. That guy right there, off of Facebook Marketplace. Now, it's not bad. The engine's good. Um, I'm going to be showing pictures for during the editing process, but somebody was, I guess, squatting in it for a long time, and the inside was not really in good shape. But the engine's good. It ran good. I mean, there's a lot of cosmetic damage, um, things here and there. Uh, so I got it. I started working on it, but when I bought it, it didn't have a title. I got the bill of sale, so I wasn't really too worried about it because I got the bill of sale. So I pop into the RMV. Yes, I'm in from Massachusetts, so it's the RMV. Um, so I pop into the RMV, give them the bill of sale and my application for registration and title, and they go, "No, you can't register this." Well, why not? Well, you don't have the prior owner's registration. And I'm like, "But I have a bill of sale." Well, bill of sale doesn't mean anything. Bill of sale doesn't mean anything. It's a federally binding contract, and I wrote it out very professionally. Um, doesn't matter. Bill of sale means nothing anymore, which shocked me. And I'm like, okay, well, how can I get a title for this? And the lady goes, well, you can't. Oh, great. So what do I do now? And it was kind of a rhetorical question I asked. And she goes, she kind of chuckles and goes, get your money back. And I'm like, this lady's a bitch. And I just kind of, okay, thank you. And I walked out. So I did a lot of research. I managed to track it down to the past 3 previous owners. Not a single one of them actually registered this thing. So there was no registration. One of them, there was like, by the way, the past 3 owners, there was 0 paper trail. No title transfer, no transactions of any kind. It was like a freaking ghost. And I had spent like, I don't know, almost a year tracking this thing down, like from place to place. I managed to track it down all the way back to the factory. But that's just the vehicle. This thing has changed hands so many times that the paperwork, even like the driver's manual, is just gone, like non-existent at this point. So I'm starting to lose hope. So I sit there and I go, "Oh, I found this thing online about the Vermont loophole." I go to look at the Vermont loophole. It was closed 3 months before I bought it. 3 months. So that was useless. And then I sit there and I go, well, I guess I could always court order a title. I said, but I don't really want to do that because I'm going to have to pay court fines. Not to mention I have to get this stupid ass packet that's going to cost me $600. And I already spent like over $1,000 into this thing. Never mind $1,000 I already paid for it. So I got new tires for it, and I got some solar panels and stuff like that for it. Like I said, I started working on it before I did this shit. So I kind of stopped after that until I could get research here, track it down. So then I found out about something called a bonded title. I can get a bonded title for it. I had to apply for something what's called a lost title bond. Now, a bonded title will stay on the title for 3 years. The bond amount depends based entirely off of the trade-in value, not the sales value, not its current value, not its new value. It's trade-in value. So that made it completely useless. It's a 1977 Chevy G30. It's a Shasta motorhome. I found out that Shasta is a sister company of Forest River, but at the same time, Shasta is not Forest River, but Forest River is Shasta. That makes zero sense to me, so I obviously didn't go down that route. I mean, I got enough rabbit holes that I'm diving into. So I decided, well, first of all, you register the vehicle, not the house part of it. So I had to work on the Chevy G30. Now, this is a Class C motorhome. Everybody and their grandfather knows what these things are. But at the same time, they don't. They've all seen them, but they don't know what they are. To put it into perspective, I was trying to get insurance for it. At least insure it while it's in the yard. So, talking to the insurance agency, and I give them the VIN. Now, there's a little thing you should know that vehicles that were made before 1981 did not have 17 characters in their VIN. This made a whole new level of complications because the computers that we use are so damn forward that we can't go back anymore. It's impossible to go backwards because every time I enter that stupid VIN in the computer, it just kept telling me it was an invalid VIN, and I'm like, but I'm staring right at it. This is a valid VIN, and I'm shocked that they don't go back like that because it is a valid VIN. But in order to get a insurance for it, I had to know the exact year, make, and model of this vehicle. First, I thought it was a 1980 because of the VIN. No, it's not a 1980. And I actually managed to take another 3 months to track down. I actually had to call National Classic Automotive. It's some organization that deals solely with classic vehicles. Because I've actually the first place I contacted was the Chevy headquarters. Their systems again don't show this vehicle in their don't show the vehicle. So that's when I found this organization here. They were able to send me an entire printout of the VIN decoded. So it's a 1977 G30 motorhome, and it's a motorhome body style. So I got that. Now I need to get it verified. I know, like the company itself, like the people that deal in this wasn't verification enough. So I had to get a state trooper to come verify it. Verifies it, writes down the VIN, his badge number, yada, yada, yada. Okay, now I need the bond. I've called dozens of places looking for this bond, and I could not get the bond for it because I needed a trade-in value. Sorry, my camera just cut out there. Apparently, if I take longer than 10 minutes, it just boop. Anyways, I couldn't get a trade-in value for it. I've called dozens of places, and the second I mention the year, we don't trade it in. And it's always the same thing. It's always like, it's over 15 years old. And I found out that some campsites won't even allow you in their campsite if the vehicle's over 15 years old. And because it brings down their property value. What property? You have a pole sticking out of the ground. That's your utilities. In a vacant lot. Maybe you get a fire ring. Maybe. There's not a whole lot there for it to be valuable. But okay, whatever you say. This is why I'm making it so it's an off-grid. I can literally just pull into some Walmart or something like that to take a nap. So I can't find a trade-in value for this vehicle. Nobody's willing to. They're all. I found the values of it. So I called Quincy headquarters up near Boston for the RMV headquarters, the title department, and they said that I need a trade-in value because the bond amount would be 1.5 times the trade-in value. So whatever if the trade-in value is $1, all right, you would be paying $1.50 for that bond. No, yeah, $1.50, $1.50 for the bond. That's just for instance. But there's no trade-in value. But she also said, or $100, whichever is more. Well, it looks like I got the bond amount right there. So I put the bond amount in. I got the bond in. Now I just got to take it down to the RMV for the umpteenth freaking time. I have literally made a lifestyle of taking an Uber to the RMV. This is my only vehicle, and it's currently not even on the road. So I finally got past the lady in the front desk. I hand her the paperwork, and I go, I'm here to, I told her, I'm here to apply for a bonded title. She goes, she literally looked at me right in my face and goes, we don't do that. Luckily, there was a guy next to her. He goes, older gentleman, goes, yes, we do. And she just goes, hold on one second, grabs my paperwork, goes into the back, comes out like 10 minutes later, hands me a ticket and tells me to sit down. So I sit down, get called up. I get called up. She hands me, she looks over my paperwork and all that stuff, and she goes, all right, you got to fill out this title application. Okay. Filled out the title application, and then she goes, is this a motorhome? And I go, yes, it is. Does it have a bathroom? Yes, it does. It has yes, it has a kitchen. It has gas. It has electricity. It has solar panels. It has running water. She goes, well, you should put that down as for the body. So you should put motorhome for the body style. And I go, I did. Oh. And she goes, well, she sits there, and then she hands the paperwork back to me, and she says, the VIN is invalid. I go, did you check the year? She goes, of course I did. Okay, then what's wrong with the VIN? She goes, it's invalid. I said, that it's a 1977. That VIN only has 13 characters because it's such an old vehicle. She leaves. She comes back with her boss, same guy that was at the front desk, and said, yeah, that's correct. All right. She gives me a handout piece of paper there that has that generic, like, we'll mail you in 10 to whatever business days. Gives that back to me. So it's been almost a month now, and I haven't received word. I called them a week ago and talked to the lady up in Quincy about it. She said that there is it could take anywhere from 10 to 15 months pending investigation. And I'm like, what investigation? She goes, well, you're under investigation for the felony of tampering with the VIN. And I'm like, what's wrong with the VIN? I said, it was signed off on. I said, yes, it was signed off by a state trooper. And she goes, yes, that's why it's a federal matter now. Oh, okay. What's wrong with the VIN? She goes, it's only 13 characters. She goes, it's an invalid VIN. Did you check the year? She goes, yes, I did. Oh, okay. What's the year then? Hold on a second. Let me get your file. Gets my file and then goes, it's a 1977. I go, okay, so what's wrong with the VIN? She goes, it's invalid. And I gave her the same speech I did 5 fucking times to the lady at the RMV, at the insurance company, the police department. And then she goes, really? I said, Google it. I'll allow it. So I can hear her tapping on her phone and, oh, wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. You're really smart. I'm like, I just work with cars all the time. I know this stuff. I worked at an auto auction for a while, and I should have told her this, but it probably would have broke her tiny little mind. That vehicles that were made in the 1920s, their cars only had seven digits. Not even any letters, just 7 digits. At least that was the one on the 1929 Saab. Oh, it's not Saab. Fiat. It's the 1929 Fiat. I can't remember. There's a number after it. But that one only had 7 digits. And trying to enter it into their little handheld popped up all kinds of error messages. I mean, I swear this thing looked like it had a lawnmower engine in it, but it was cool. But I'm getting sidetracked. But so she goes, oh, well then if that's the case, we can start processing your paperwork. It'll be anywhere from 1 to 3 months. And I'm just like, you didn't even start processing it, and you're gonna go, he's got a felony. They're literally looking for any reason, any at all, to just take the easy way out. And this is the society that we live in. So that's pretty much it right there. I'm waiting to hear. First of all, I'm hearing back from Quincy whether or not I can even, if I'm even approved for a bonded title. I have the bond. I don't have the bonded title. And I need approval from Quincy for that. So that's what I'm waiting for. And then once I get that, then I can put all that paperwork together and send it back to Quincy, to the title department, just so they can get me a bonded title. Yeah, I know. I can feel brain cells dying, just like because I'm reliving this. Oh my god! But that's it. So I finally got the ball rolling. So I started working on the RV again. And this will be my, like I said, this will be my intro video. And welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe for more. Later.